Wanting to start a family but running into the challenges of infertility can take a toll on couples. A new book called A Circle of Life examines the difficult issues of infertility, IVF, and parental rights. Author Christina McClelland joins us today to discuss the moral and ethical challenges women face and how she brings light to them in her new novel, A Circle of Chalk. Christina, such an important topic. What prompted you to write this book?
Thank you, Desiree. I'm happy to be here. So personal interest is first, and I believe that the most compelling narratives and the best stories, highs and lows, come straight from the source. So I interviewed dozens and dozens of women, and I wanted their words. I wanted their experiences, their emotions surrounding infertility and IVF treatment. Second, though, I wanted to talk about a topic that no one talks about, and that's embryo adoption. It's a very good option for infertility, but that truly it's still one of those almost taboo topics. So I wanted to change that. I wanted to bring it to the forefront through mainstream fiction, through a very entertaining story, but weave all of these women's stories together into the characters in the book.
And can you tell us more about the novel and the storyline of A Circle of Chalk?
Absolutely. There are lots of twists and turns and highs, emotional highs and lows, but where we meet our main character, Jenna, who's in New York City in the early 90s, is in the midst of a gut-wrenching loss. She has lost her frozen embryos, her last chance to have children, in a messy divorce, which means she has no parental rights anymore. And she spends the next 2 decades trying to adopt one of those embryos. So it follows her story and follows what happens. And it's a cautionary tale of what happens when technology and science leapfrogs the legal system, right? And it happens all the time. There is a lag, and that's what the story is about. It's about her resilience and how she deals with that.
And what is the big takeaway from this novel that you want the readers to get from it when they read this book?
I hope that every woman that reads this book sees themselves in the book, whether they see themselves in Jenna and they're dealing with infertility or have in the past or going through IVF currently or using a surrogate. And the takeaway is you're not alone. And I know we say that all the time, but as women, we are often caretakers and we don't stop and give ourselves grace. Mm-hmm. It's okay to not be okay, and reach out and talk about the messy issues with a safe group. I host Zoom meetings and book clubs all the time across the country, and it's simply a safe space to share. And what I have found is that women gather and share, they feel heard, and then they know their options, they can move forward. So that's the takeaway, is find the support group. You feel like you're alone, but you're not, and I would love to change that.
Yeah, and I feel like kind of what you mentioned, it's good to know that there's that support, because even though we're not alone, it can easily feel that way. And your novel addresses infertility, embryo adoption, and mental illness. What draws you to writing about controversial issues facing women today?
I love bringing up topics that are too hard for other people to talk about. Yeah. I don't know if that makes me brave or crazy, but I feel like it's important. And this book, no other book in the fiction world has addressed embryo adoption, and very few have addressed infertility. So we're not, and again, for me personally, in my experiences, there was no character that I could relate to, so that led to that feeling of loneliness and thinking, does anyone know how I feel? So A Circle of Chalk is my way, and all of my writing is a way. I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to give the real story. And like I said, those can be highs and they can be lows, but we need to talk about all of it.
Yeah, and I think people appreciate the honesty and the rawness that comes with dealing with issues like this. Christina, thank you so much for joining us this morning. To get your own copy of A Circle of Chalk, visit ChristinaMcClellandBooks.com.